So the narrator asked Bill about having lunch. He offered to buy lunch for both of them from the restaurant, but Bill replied that there were only 4 restaurants and none of them were good. So he said that he would get food from his wife. Bill suggested the clerk to buy a food parcel from his wife as he had to pay only half a dollar, which was far less than the price of the restaurant meal and far better in taste than the food that he would get from the restaurant. He also suggested that they both go up the Wades Hill, which was a nice place to view while they had their lunch. The narrator knew that Bill's helpfulness to the young fellow from the city was not entirely a matter of brotherly love. He was paying him for his time. In the end, he paid at least for 6 hours, even including the lunch hour, at what was then a very high price. So, I hope, children, you all are following. But he was no more dishonest than I. I charged the whole thing to the firm. But it would have been worth paying him myself to have his presence. His cheerful country wisdom was very refreshing to a country boy like me who was sick of the city. They sat on the hilltop looking over the pastures. He talked of New Mullion and painted a picture in words of all the people in it. He noticed everything, but no matter how much he might laugh at people, he also understood and forgave their foolishness. He described the minister's wife who sang the loudest in church when she was most in debt. Bill told him everything about New Mullion. He told about the boys who came back from college in fancy clothes. Everything he shared. The hack driver shared everything about the village. He explained everything and every one in such a way that he felt, the narrator felt like everything, it happened in front of his own eyes. Bill told him about the minister's wife who used to sing so loudly in the church whenever she was under debt, 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 liability to pay off your credit or loans. This means that she prayed to God for her problems. Then, about the college boys and the lawyer's wife who always failed in her attempt to make her husband wear both the collar and the tie on the same day. The narrator says that Bill's knowledge of the village fellows was so good that it made him love the small town. Bill didn't know about colleges and cities, but he had traveled around a lot of country and had a lot of jobs. From his adventures, he had brought back a philosophy of simplicity and laughter. They left that peaceful scene of meadows and woods and resumed their search of Lutkins.